Hello and welcome to Technical Utkranti, and today we are going to see the second question on linked lists. We'll understand the question and the link to the question is given in the description. Then after having practiced the question by yourself, then only I would suggest you to see the rest of the video. We'll then continue with the approach to solving the question, the pseudocode, and then the Python implementation. Let's see what the question is. By now, we have seen one question already on the linked list, which is how to reverse the linked list. There, I have given a brief of how to construct a linked list class. We'll continue on that piece of code itself to have the solution for today's problem. So you are given a linked list, you need to find or you need to print the middle element. For example, in the linked list first one 1 2 3 4 5, we'll print the middle element as 3, and when it has even number of elements, then it will have two middle elements. We need to print the later one, which is 4, right? So let's discuss the approach, but before going to the approach, I suggest you to go and solve the question by yourself. The LeetCode link to the question is given in the description below. After having spent some 15-20 minutes into solving the question, then I would suggest you to start the video from this point itself and understand what the approach is. Okay, let's understand what the approach for this question is. We have a linked list like this. Okay. As we know, the first element is the head of the linked list. Last element is the tail of the linked list. Now we need to find the middle element. How are we going to do that? Here we'll make use of tortoise-hare approach. What is that? Tortoise meaning slow and hare means fast, which means that starting from the head, we'll have one tortoise element and one hare element. All right. Hare will move 2 steps at a time, and correspondingly tortoise will just move 1 step at a time. So in one go, tortoise will come at 2, whereas hare will come at 3. Then in the next jump, hare would move at 5 and tortoise would come at 3. And as soon as we see that hare has come to the last element or to the second last element, then we will not be further jumping, because when hare is at the last element, then it cannot make 2 jumps, it cannot even make 1 jump. And similarly, when hare is at the second last element, it can only make 1 jump, it cannot make 2 jumps, correct? So we'll stop when the hare is either at the last or at the second last element, and at that point the position of the tortoise element would give us the middle element. All right, so this is the approach. Now let's discuss the pseudocode for it. So we'll have h is equals to head, initialized as head, and similarly tortoise is also initialized as head. We'll continue until hare or hare.next is not null, which means hare is not any of these two elements. Till then we'll continue the jumps. So how jump will happen? Tortoise will take 1 jump and hare will take 2 jumps. All right, and once this while loop is finished, we can print tortoise value and we'll get the middle element. So this is the pseudocode. Now let's jump to the Python implementation of it. So in the first video of the linked list, we have created a class to create a node of the linked list and the linked list itself. Okay, we have created an insert function inside the linked list class to insert nodes into the linked list, and reverse function we have seen to solve the first question. Now this is the second question, and I have written a method inside the linked list class for its solution. Okay, I have done the same thing as I was telling in the pseudocode. Both tortoise and hare are initialized as head, and they will continue to jump until hare has not reached the last or the second last element. And yeah, as you can see, at the end of the while loop, I'm printing the value pointed by the tortoise. I'll print the linked list. It's not required to print the linked list, but I'll still print it, and then I'll execute the middle function of the linked list class. Okay, so as you can see, I'm getting the middle element printed over here. All right, so I hope you liked the question. If you did like, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye bye.